Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Grimes versus Davis.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Good day. Ms. Grimes, you claim that you have always believed your ex-boyfriend is the biological father of your 10-month-old son, James. He has loved your son and taken care of him, but now he is denying paternity. You are hoping today's results prove your case. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Davis, you say the plaintiff's lies not only ended your relationship, but also led you to doubt paternity. You claim that 2 other men could be the father of her child. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Grimes, what was the nature of your relationship with the defendant?
I was in a relationship with him when I found out I was pregnant.
How long had you been together?
Me and Anthony had been together for about 3 months.
And about 3 months into that, you realized?
I was pregnant.
All right. So take me to the day when you found out you were pregnant.
The day I found out I was pregnant, I went to the store, bought a pregnancy test because I kept throwing up at the same time every day. And came home and it was positive. I came in there and showed him. He was happy. He was like, I'm ready to take on the baby.
So you took the pregnancy test and you went right to Mr. Davis and said, look, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
And he was happy about it.
Yeah.
Mr. Davis, do you remember being happy about it?
Yeah, I was happy at first. I ain't have a doubt, you know what I mean? I thought that possibly it would be my baby.
It was yours.
So take me to the day she told you, and in your own words, tell me what happened.
When she told me she was pregnant, at first I didn't know what to think. But you know what I'm saying, thinking that I might possibly have a baby, you know, it kind of made me happy, you know, that I was gonna have another baby. But then, that's when I started finding stuff out, you know.
What did you find?
Well, I found out first off that she is a real good liar. She lied all the time.
Lying.
She lied all the time about everything.
Specifically, what did you find?
I found her telling another man that it might have been his baby.
Wait, you found what?
I found some text messages.
Oh,
on her
you
phone.
did?
Yeah. Well, I started noticing she was a liar. It kind of made me suspicious, so I started.
What did you notice?
Well, she lied about little stuff, you know.
You little white lies, little lies.
Exactly, but do it like it ain't nothing. You know what I mean? So that kind of made me suspicious.
I don't be doing that.
Did that cause you to then look in her phone? You looked in her phone.
I looked in her phone.
And when you looked in her phone, you found a message.
I found
but you cheat
2
too.
messages from 2 different people.
Oh, 2 messages.
But he was cheating too, so we was even.
Ms. Grimes, I want to understand what you're saying. You said you admit you were cheating because he was cheating too?
Yeah. I admit I was cheated. I cheated one time.
Because he was cheating?
Yeah, to get back at him.
So when you saw these messages, Mr. Davis, what was your reaction?
I got mad at first, you know. I wanted to confront her about it. And she basically just told me she was lying to them, you know. But she lied to me all the time. I couldn't really believe it.
Oh, she told you, don't worry about these messages. I'm lying to these guys.
Exactly.
But why would we even text messages where you were lying to guys?
Exactly.
Because me and Anthony was finna break up and I didn't want to be alone. I wasn't trying to be alone. I was trying to get Jelani back. We already got a kid together, so it made it easier.
It was some text messages from 2 different men. 2 of them.
So she texted 2 different men, not just one?
She was telling one that it was his baby and telling the other one she didn't know who baby it was, so I assume it could have been his too.
Ms. Grimes.
Yes.
What were you running around here doing?
My ex, he was nobody. I didn't mess with him or nothing. I just didn't want to be alone. I was just trying to get...
But wait a minute. You're not going to tell a man you hadn't slept with that
I didn't tell him he was the father.
Who?
The one that I hadn't slept with. I just told him I didn't know who was the father.
Okay, so you told the one you don't know who the father is. You told the other one, your ex,
might be the
that
father.
he may be the father.
Yeah, but I know he's not the father. I know Anthony's the father.
So take me to the day you give birth. I mean, after all of this, do you have support through the pregnancy? Is Mr. Davis there?
Yeah, he was there.
He went to doctor's appointments?
Yeah, he went to a couple.
And then on the day you give birth, what happens?
He's at the hospital. He stayed the whole time I was in the hospital. He was with me. He was like, I can tell he's mine. He looked just like me and my family.
So you said that, Mr. Davis?
No, I didn't say that. I told her that he didn't look like none of my kids. You know what I'm saying? My kids
No, he
always
didn't.
come and look
He
like,
did not say
come out
that, and he
looking
looks
me.
like his kids.
So the baby comes, you look at the baby and you say, he doesn't look like any of my kids.
He looked just like him. Y'all don't see the resemblance?
He don't look like me. He got blonde hair and blue eyes.
But that can come from my side. I do got a white father.
You got brown eyes. I got brown eyes.
My father's white, though.
Listen, even if your father wasn't white, black people have blue eyes too.
Oh.
We got to educate in this courtroom, Jerome. We got to educate the babies. If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Do you sign the birth certificate?
No.
You don't?
No, I wasn't sure.
That's the right thing to do when you aren't sure.
I can't trust her word.
And so meanwhile, you've just had a baby, Miss Grimes.
Yes.
The father is saying now, I don't believe.
Yes.
Whatever happened to this ex?
He's still around. He's the father of my first child.
Okay, so is there any chance he believes he's James's father?
Yes.
And let me ask you this for clarification. Is that the truth? Could he actually be the father?
He could possibly be the father, but I know he's not. We only slept together one time. I know Anthony's the father. He looks just like him. He got his nose, his eye shape, his forehead.
And the text message was telling
All
him
right.
that it was his.
So
They did not say that. They said it could potentially be.
I got some evidence right here.
I'd like
of
to see that.
if
Jerome, will you
wanna
hand
see
me the evidence, please?
Yeah.
So, Mr. Davis, you're saying that after Ms. Grimes told you we are having a baby, you said I was excited at the thought that I was going to potentially have another baby, and the next thing you know, you see text messages. You submitted text message to the court. It's from Ms. Grimes to her ex. It says, I need you because I cheated on Anthony with you, and it's possible James is yours. I got pregnant with James around the same time we blanked.
It was possible. I didn't say he was his, though. Them were my words. That James was yours did not come out of my mouth. James, it's possible. We slept together one time.
That's good
around the
enough
time I
reason
got
for me
pregnant.
to have doubt, though.
Well, I mean, that's plenty of reason for you to have doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, once you read text message like that, that's an admission. You basically have said this is what happened. The truth is, you just said that to me a minute ago. So you are now at a place in your life where you are admitting it.
Yes, and I just want Anthony to know that he's the father of James. I want the doubt and everything to stop. I want all the questions about who's the father of James to go away. I just need him to know that he the father of him.
You know what, Jerome? I think I can learn more if I hear from Mr. Warren myself. Please escort him in.
You got it. On this side.
You know, we're here talking about the paternity of James, baby James, and I want to know from you, do you believe you are James's biological father?
Well, yeah,
Why is that?
because around the same time, she had, it all add up.
The timeline.
Yeah,
He don't
the
look like you,
timeline.
though.
But he don't look like me though. But I can believe, there is a question. You know what I mean? I just want to know. I'm here to find out also.
He looked like you.
So the point is that you don't know either, but
No,
you
I don't
believe
know.
he is your child.
You
have an older child together, am I correct?
Yes, we do.
And so you all have obviously kept an ongoing sexual relationship.
Yeah, something like that. Not for real, but something like that.
You either have sex or you don't. I don't know.
Yeah, we
We
did,
do,
but
but we don't. Like,
Yeah.
we do, but we don't. Me and Jelani got a friendship. We just, if I'm single and he's single, we mingle.
If you single and he's single, then y'all mingle.
Yeah, I mean, That's pretty much how it happens.
So, when you got pregnant, you told Mr. Davis that it was his child.
Yes.
But then you were texting Mr. Warren saying, I slept with you and cheated on Anthony. So it sounds like y'all were mingling but wasn't single. Because the message said, I cheated on Anthony with you.
Yes.
So what is the truth?
The truth is I did cheat one time on Anthony with Jelani.
Okay. So the truth
There's
is...
a chance. There's a chance he could be Jelani's, but I don't see it.
Okay. So the truth is he very much could be Mr. Warren's biological son as well as Mr. Davis's, and you really don't know. You're just going off of appearance and what you feel.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Mr. Warren, you say you believe the child is yours.
Yeah, on the fact that Jamie, you know, says things that make me believe, so.
What does she say?
I feel like, you know, he yours, you know what I mean? I want him to be yours. She even told me that, you know, she would rather for me to be the father.
So she's told you she wants the child to be yours.
Yeah,
I didn't say that.
She told me that a couple times. It's just facts.
I didn't say that. I want the child to be yours.
To be honest,
you
I'm
don't
gonna
take
be
care of your first child. Why would I want the second one to be yours?
I mean, to be honest.
Come again.
But Ms. Grimes, you just testified 15 minutes ago that if it wasn't gonna work out with Ms. Davis, you didn't want to be alone, so you figured you'd tell Mr. Warren the baby was his as well, or could be his, because you could get back with Mr. Warren because you had your first child. You know, that's what happens in paternity situations. The woman's sexual behaviors, relationships, they're on trial. That's really what it is. Because at the end of the day, you can't make a baby without a mother.
You can't make a baby without a man neither.
But my point is, you can't make the baby without the mother.
Right.
But the mother can always have had sex with more than one man, which is what you did. Hence the phrase, mama's baby.
Daddy's maybe.
Yep. That's why we're here.
But I know he's Anthony's son.
And you say you know, but the truth is, you've also been saying things to Mr. Warren, and
Yeah,
I can tell when he testifies that what he's saying is true.
I have said stuff to him before in confidence. This is my best friend. I tell him everything. We've been knowing each other for 6 years, so of course I tell him stuff in confidence. I talk to him. This is my best friend. Like, I tell Jelani everything about my life. He knows every single thing everything about me, he knows, pretty much, because that's, like, my friend. So, of course, like, we slept together around the time that James was conceived, and I told him it was possible. I messed up. I was young. I'm trying to get it right for my son now.
That's what I'm talking about.
Jelani knows who his daddy is, and James don't, so I'm just trying to get it right for James.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna meet you in this place. I'm not gonna meet you with the silliness, because this is not a game. So, Mr. Davis, how are you feeling in this moment?
I just want to make sure I ain't make no mistake. I want to make sure it's my baby, and if not, then I'll be on my way. You know?
So you have not developed the
So
same
if he your baby, you just gonna leave, you just not gonna take care of him no more, you just gonna be on your way?
If he my baby, I'm gonna take care of my baby. I'm gonna take care of my responsibility.
I hope
But if
so.
he not, then what I'm supposed to do? Take care of another man, baby?
Nope.
All right. Do you hope James is your biological son?
I hope my time haven't been wasted, you know? So, in a way, yeah.
And Ms. Grimes, what are your hopes?
I hope James is Anthony's.
All right. Jerome, let's find out the results. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Grimes versus Davis, pertaining to whether Mr. Davis or Mr. Warren is the father of 10-month-old James Davis, it has been determined by this court the biological father is Mr. Davis.
So I wasn't lying.
You are the father, Mr. Davis. And how does it feel to hear that and know that for sure?
I mean, it feel pretty good, you know. Now I know, you know, I'm gonna be there for her. You know what I'm saying? For him.
Good. Would you like to try to figure out how to work it out with her in terms of having a relationship?
I mean, we just gotta work on ourselves. We can figure that out later, you know. If maybe
Focus on the baby right now.
we
Yeah,
can
and focus on
the baby.
ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
She could do better, I could do better, then maybe we could be in a better place, you know?
So now, we can't just talk the talk,
Right.
right?
True.
We gotta walk the walk, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
We have counseling and resources for you. I want you to talk to Dr. Jeff, and I want you all to do and just live your best life. It's more to life than just making kids all over the place and having sex for sport. Get out there and find your passion, live your dream, make something of yourself so these children can do the same. You hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Court is adjourned.